Hey guys, so this is Flawless Walrus, and today I'm going to be talking about or showing you guys the first chicken dinner win I've ever had on this game called PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. I've died a lot and I've played like 60 hours, but this is my first solo win. So, right off the bat, I decided to land here. I usually loot these two buildings because I feel like it's pretty isolated and it's pretty safe to do so. So I'm going down, looking around, and I don't see anybody, so I assume it's pretty safe. Still just looking around, nothing too crazy. Um, so the hope is once I loot this place, I'll be pretty decked out and I can go late game. And then right here, I see there's actually someone right next to me. So right off the bat, I'm thinking I need to get a weapon and kill this guy so I can loot this entire place in peace. So I open the door, look back to see where he is. I'm not really sure. I see a shotgun. So I grab it, reload, and then I go to hunt him down. I see him open the door. I see he doesn't have anything in his hand. And this is embarrassing. He throws a grenade on the ground because he has nothing left. I'm missing every single shot. And then he makes a mistake here running in a straight line. And I get him there. So I missed a lot of shots. So I got really lucky there because thank God he didn't have a gun. Otherwise he would have just wrecked me. My aim was pretty potato. I was laughing because he threw a grenade at the ground. I always wondered what that would be like if I was in his shoes and if it would actually work, but I guess not. So now I'm just looting. I think I'm gonna cut through these parts here. So I've just been looting, running around, checking my back, make sure no one's like following me. And then I see this village here. I decide to loot it because I still only have a shotgun. And I want a rifle. So I'm looking to see if the doors are open. The doors aren't open, so I assume that it's safe. But I still don't know. So I open this door. Ooh, find a police vest. That's pretty good. And then I assume that it's safe here, so I'm just looking around. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. Just looting. Finish looting that building, I jump out, and then I go to loot this building over here. And then right here, my red flags, I sense a lot of red flags because these doors are open and I didn't open them. So I stopped moving to listen for footsteps. But I don't hear any footsteps. So at this point, I'm like, where the heck is this guy? Is he still here? Or did he leave? I hear footsteps. And I get really lucky here that I see him. So I stay hidden, I'm peeking him. He knows I'm here because he probably heard my footsteps. He saw the open door. I see him go behind the building, so I know he can't see me. So right off the bat, I know that I have a shotgun, so I have to be close. And it looks like he has a rifle. So I'm waiting. I don't want to be the first one to go out in the open and get shot down. He knows I'm close because he can hear me. So I take this route. I stay close to the wall so he can't see me. He's peeking. He looks away and I'm like, this is my chance now. So I think I kill him with the headshot here. I'm not really sure. I was surprised he died so fast. And then I hear a car and I lie right down because I'm afraid that he's going to try to run me over. And I'm not sure if he saw me. So now I'm like, okay, I'm going to attack him if he sees me. So he's checking me out. He's not sure if he wants to go in. And then I'm like, well, I'm gonna loot real quick. If he does decide, and I think he decides it's not worth it, so he leaves. And from this point on, I got 2 rifles, so I'm like feeling like I'm in pretty good shape. I got an 8 times and a 2 times, so I'm like, maybe I can actually make it to late game here. So I finished looting him, and I realized like I'm pretty close to the edge. So right off the bat, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna try to play the edge game. There's 40 people alive. I'm worried there's people that come from the boundary, outside the boundary of the circle, towards me, so I'm just checking. I don't see anybody. So here I'm going into the circle to try to play the edge game, and I usually like camping on top of hills because there's a lot of tree cover, which helps when you get shot at and you don't know where it's coming from. I normally don't do what this guy's doing and stay on top of the hill. You can see him already, because the sky will actually make this really obvious silhouette of your figure. So I try not to stay on top. I take shots at him, give away my position. I miss every single shot, and he knows I'm there. I think. So I'm still checking to see if there's anyone behind me. I hear shots being fired, so I see that I'm in pretty good shape here. And then I see a guy on the horizon. I think I see him, but I'm not really sure. So I switch to my 8 times scope. And I see him, but I'm not really sure what he's doing because it looks like a dead body. So I change my 0 distance. I fire 2 shots, he doesn't move, so I assume he's dead. And then I look back and he's gone. So he was actually alive. So I try to get in a better angle. I see him trying to heal up. So right there in the beginning, my 0 distance was actually off. So even though the reticle was on him, the shots went over his head, I think. It should have been 100 meters 0 distance, but I didn't know that. So I miss the shots. I relocate to try to get a better angle on him. Still looking, still peeking for him. I see him. So I think he just wasn't sure where the shots were coming from. He just started jumping up and down. That was his mistake though, because if he was moving in a zigzag or a circular pattern, it would have been really hard for me to kill him. So now the circle's closing in, and I just want to hug the edge of the circle. And I marked on the map where he is, because I know he's somewhere around here. And I want to loot his body, because it seemed like he had some pretty good stuff. So I hear shots, and then I see it. But I didn't want to make the same mistake as him and be standing up where everyone can see me. So I'm crawling over to the crate to try to loot his stuff. Realistically speaking, there really isn't a point for me to do this, because I'm not sure that it was that critical that I get his gear. Because I don't think he had anything that good. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, painkillers and energy drinks, those help a lot. And maybe some ammo, but it wasn't like he had any add-ons for his rifles that made it like really, really good. And I try to stay moving just in case someone sees me and they're trying to go for a headshot, like a one-shot kill. Those shots aren't going at me, but I know that someone else is probably playing the edge game. So I'm looking, but I don't see anyone. And then I see him. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, he's going to move this way. So I want to move over here and cut him off. So I see the circle's gonna be behind me. But I'm like, okay, I see him. Yeah, so I see him moving down there. So I do what I talked about earlier. I'm trying to move into a better position so I can flank him. I don't think he knew where the shots were coming from because I see him and he's not looking at me. Yeah, so I kill him there and then I realize I'm going to try to loot him before the circle closes. I thought that was a person. I don't have much time, and I think this is a circle that chunks really hard. I'm not entirely sure. So I loot him. He has another 8 times scope, but nothing like too good. What I really need is like maybe a suppressor. Anyway, he doesn't have anything good. So I finish looting him, and as I finish looting him, the circle's about to close. So I'm like running to the next place, and my thought process is I hear shots from behind me, so I want to get in the edge of the circle as fast as I can. So I take some energy drinks so I can move faster, and so I don't die too fast if someone's shooting at me. Someone's really going at it over there. So I see that the circle's about to end on an open plane. So I want to try, basically my mindset is I want to be behind cover whenever possible. So I see this rock and I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to move to this rock. I know the circle's going to close and I'll be at the edge so I won't have to worry about people from behind me. So I'm chilling at this rock, making sure I'm not getting shot at. I hear some people in the buildings, I think. And I realize this rock is not actually in the circle, so I'm like, okay, I'm screwed. I'm running through the open, totally visible, but luckily no one's shooting at me. And someone's got a sniper rifle, so I go to this tree thinking that I'm going to be okay. Notice I'm trying to stay near the edge of the white circle so that I won't get shot from the back. So I'm like, okay, this is a pretty good... Okay, so I hear shots. I know it's from behind me, so I'm chilling. I look, but I don't see him. And then I also hear a sniper rifle taking shots at from behind me. You can hear it, right? So there's someone in the building. Yeah. Someone in the building taking shots at me, and there's also, so I'm basically pincered here, but I'm more worried about the sniper rifle because it sounds like it's about to one hit. And then this guy's shooting at me, so I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I just run to the side, try to get the slope, so I'm safe from the guy in the tree, but I'm totally not safe from the sniper rifle in the building. I see him. I take some shots. He gets behind a tree, so I'm like, okay, I gotta heal up. And as I heal, he gets killed from the guy. He gets killed by the guy who was sniping me. And I didn't realize this. So I keep thinking he's there. That's a bit of luck on my side. You'll actually see it here. If you look closely, even while I'm healing up, you'll see blood splatter. Right about now. And then you see the kill message here as well. So I didn't see that because I was so pumped on adrenaline. I think my hand was shaking. Anyway, I still think he's there. So I throw a grenade. Or try to, but I misclick. So I throw that grenade thinking I'm going to flush him out. I realize the circle's closing in on me, so I'm like, oh shit, I gotta move. I look back and he's not moving, so I'm like, wait, did he die? I didn't see it died outside the play zone message. but I'm like, I don't see him, so I have no idea where he is. I just kind of assume he dies. Because I'm like, there's no way he could heal through that. So I'm healing up. I know that there's a dude in the building, and I know that it's going to end on the open plain, and I see smoke grenades over there. So I'm like, okay, what can I do to increase my chances of survival? I'm not going to go and lie down on the field. I'm looking around and I'm trying to see where I can find some cover. At this point, there's only 5 people alive, so I'm like pretty scared. I pop some pills and an energy drink, and I'm also like, okay, I'm not going to use my 8x scope for people that are this close. I'm looking, I don't see any movement. I still hear the smoke grenade. And I'm like, I'm outside the circle, I got 25 seconds. So I decide to go for the shack. I'm like, is that guy shooting at me? I'm not really sure. I see the shack's out of the blue zone, so I actually go for the rocks. Anything to avoid open area. I always want to move from cover to cover. So I'm chilling here. And there's 4 people alive now, so I'm like, okay, I know that there's one person who was in the building, but I don't know where the rest of the people are. So I'm peeking. You'll actually see that I didn't notice, but there's a guy right here. You can see his body, but I didn't know that at the time. But I'm like, that's a guy, isn't it? So I take some shots. I miss a ton, but after seeing the blood splatter on the first shot, I kept going. So now there's 3 people alive. I'm still behind cover. And then I notice the circle's going to close onto the open field. So I take shots. I think I see where he is. Yeah, he's right there. So he also sees me. And I'm taking a lot of shots, and I'm like, I don't want to die right now. So I'm healing up. But I don't know where the other guy is. And he starts chucking a lot of smoke grenades at me. So I'm like, okay. It's smart what he's doing. But I'm like, this is my chance to move. So I'm thinking I'm going to use the ledge here, so he can't see me in the bushes. So I'm trying to flank him. I see him moving. He doesn't see that I'm there, so I'm shooting at him. And then I hear shots to my right, and I see him too. So as I'm shooting at him, this guy starts shooting at me, and then the other guy takes him out. So I just want to point out that there is actually some luck involved in this game. If he had both, or if they had both fired on me, then I would have died. But because that other guy shot the guy that was attacking me, and he didn't know where I was pretty excited. At this point I see him, and then I light him up, and I get lucky with the headshot. So it's a combination of a lot of things, and I think there is a bit of luck involved in really winning. But I think some of the concepts I learned from like a lot of my deaths helped out a lot. Anyway, that was my first winner chicken dinner. And yeah, if I get more in the future, I'll try to analyze those as well. Kind of what my thought process was and basically what happened. But yeah, hopefully this is interesting to you guys. If there's anything you'd like to see in the future, let me know in the comments below. Thanks.